Welcome back to Simpson Speakers. I'm Miss Simpson, your public speaking instructor. Do you have an upcoming presentation to give, a workshop to conduct, or a meeting to host? Well, I can help. In today's video, I will review presentation do's and don'ts that you can apply to make your presentation professional. First, I will start with the don'ts. Don't be unprepared. If you have a presentation, take time out of your schedule to prepare for it. Put together an outline or a bulleted list of what you would like to talk about so you can practice it and rehearse and do a great job. Okay, so don't be unprepared. Second, don't read your presentation from your phone. I know that some of you have seen a few people or some people reading their presentations from their phone. That's a no-no. You have never seen a professional person reading their presentation from their phone. That's because they prepared for their presentation. So make sure that you prepare for your presentation, okay? If you're reading your presentation from your phone, it shows that you are unprepared, or maybe it was a last minute thing, but I advise you not to do that. If you want to bring notes with you, that's fine, okay? If you want to jot down some notes on an index card or print out your notes that you've typed out, that's fine. Because sometimes you might forget what you have to say. And having your notes to look at can help. That's not a problem. But to read it from the phone, that's a no-no. Next, do not read from your PowerPoint slide, okay? If you are using PowerPoint, remember, PowerPoint is a visual aid. It's there to help you with your presentation. So you shouldn't rely on the PowerPoint 100%, right, for your presentation, because you should have prepared. You should know what to talk about. If you have to reference some of the information that's on the PowerPoint slide, of course, reference it, right? Point to the information that's on the PowerPoint slide. If you have to explain a graph or a chart that you have on the slide, of course, explain the graph or the chart, but don't read word for word every single word that you have on the PowerPoint slide. That's too much. Now, if you have a bulleted list with a few lines, that's different. You know, you can read that. But if you have a lot of information, I don't recommend reading it word for word from your PowerPoint. Don't turn your back to the audience. If you are presenting information, always make sure you are facing forward, that you are facing the people who are listening to you, okay? If you're given a demonstration and the demonstration requires that you turn your back, that's different because you're demonstrating something, but always face your audience. Don't play with your hair. If you know that you tend to play with your hair when you get nervous giving presentations, then I recommend that you style your hair in an updo, a bun, or in a style where your hair is not hanging down so you can play with it, okay? Because it's distracting. So don't play with your hair. Don't play with the coins in your pocket or the stones in your pocket. Yes, I said stones. I'm being funny. The point is, you don't want to do anything that's distracting, and those behaviors are distracting. You want people to focus on what you're saying, right? Instead of you playing with your hair or the coins in your pocket. Don't chew gum. I know many of you already know this, but I just want to add this. Don't chew gum when you're presenting information because it gets in the way when you're speaking. Also, what if when you're chewing the gum, it flies out of your mouth accidentally and hits someone in the front row? Okay, it hits the person who is sitting in the first row, right? Who's listening to your presentation. You don't want that to happen. Or what if you accidentally swallow the gum? That happens sometimes, and you don't want that to happen when you're presenting information in front of people. Don't go over time. Most time when you're presenting information, you're given a certain amount of time, right? Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. Speak within your time because maybe there are other people on the agenda who are speaking after you. And if you go over time, then it throws everyone else off track. Everyone else is now late because you went over time. So when you're practicing, remember to time yourself to see how long it actually takes for you to give your presentation, right? And if you're over, then you need to remove some of the information, delete some of the information so that you can remain within the time that's been allotted to you. Presentation do's. Do plan for your presentation. As I mentioned before, create an outline or a bulleted list of what you would like to talk about and practice, okay? Planning equals success. So do plan for your presentation. Decide if you need visual aids during your planning stage. Will you need a flip chart? Will you need a projector? Decide what kind of visual aids you will need so that you can get those materials ahead of time. Do arrive early and check your equipment. Arrive at the venue or the location where you'll have to present and check your laptop, check your computer to make sure everything is working fine. Check the microphone. What if the microphone is not working? You can reach out to the IT person who's on site and they can help you to fix it before everyone starts to arrive, okay? Before everyone starts to arrive. Do exude confidence. When you're standing to give your presentation, stand up straight. No slouching. That shows that you're confident. And if you're sitting down, because sometimes people sit when they're presenting, make sure you're sitting up straight as well, okay? Because you want to exude confidence. Do make eye contact. This is very important. When you're presenting information, you shouldn't be looking down or looking up. You should be looking out into the audience. Look over at the people who are on one side of the room. Look over to the people who are at the other side of the room, and look out in the center so that everyone who is in the room can feel that you are speaking to them, that they are included in what you're saying, okay? Now, I know that you can't make eye contact with every single person in the room. That's why you just look out to the left, look out to the right, and look out to the center, okay? If you notice comedians, when they are on stage, sometimes they will walk to one side of the stage and address the people on that side of the room, and then they'll walk to the other side of the stage and address the people on that side of the room, and then they'll walk to the center and address the people who are in the center of the room. Well, it's the same thing with eye contact. You want to make sure that you're looking out at some people who are on one side, and then you look out to the other people who are on the other side, and then the people who are in the center, because you want everyone to know that they are included. You are speaking to everyone. No one should feel as if they are excluded from your presentation. Do project your voice. Speak loud and clear when you are conducting your presentation, especially if you don't have a microphone. I have been to presentations before where I could not hear the speaker, and guess what happened? I lost interest in what they were saying because I couldn't hear them. So you don't want to be the person who no one wants to listen to or no one can listen to because they can't hear you. So speak up. If you're in a large room, like an auditorium or a conference room, then maybe a mic will be provided for you to amplify your voice, right? But if you don't have a mic, remember, the person in the last row should be able to hear what you're saying. So speak up. And remember to smile. Do smile. When you smile, that automatically makes some people in the audience smile. There's something about smiling that makes people feel warm and welcome. So remember to smile when you're presenting your information. These are all of the presentation do's and don'ts that I have for you today. If there were any presentation do's or don'ts that I did not mention that you would like to highlight, let me know what they are in the comment section. And I hope you find this video to be helpful. That's all for now. Take care.